Hello, I am Shanwaz Waria from FYBBA and I am presenting on the topic leadership. Now, before moving on to the topic leadership, let us discuss what is meant by leader. Now, who is a leader? A person who leads a group is a leader. So we can say that the person who leads a group is a leader, but also a person who leads a group as well as who motivates the group or who encourages their subordinates or who takes the thing initiatively is known as a leader. Now, let's move on to the topic. What is leadership? Leadership is an activity to influence a group of a people, or we can say an ability to influence a group of a people and help them to achieve their goals and their objectives. Now, what leadership does? Getting people together. Okay, now what leadership does? It's make a group of a people to come together and work for the single objectives of the organization. Means the group of a people working for the same objectives under the control of an individual is known as a leadership. Now, the leadership style. As we know that there are so many leadership styles, but here we'll discuss few of them. Okay, so the first is autocratic leadership style. Then the second is democratic leadership style. Then the laissez-faire leadership style and the transformational leadership style. Let's see all of them in detail. Now, the first is autocratic leadership style. Autocratic is popularly known as autocratic, but it is also known as an authoritarian leadership style. As the name suggests, authoritarian means a person with full authority. A person with full authority gives order to his subordinates to complete their work on time. Okay, there is no consultation involvement, as well as he have full responsibility. If he is taking any decision, that means the responsibility is in his hand. He does not delegate his responsibility. And the last is no participation. No participation means, as we discussed, there is no consultation in autocratic leadership style. That means there is no participation of the other subordinates. Now, the next is democratic. Democratic is the reverse of an autocratic. Here the first part of democratic is decentralization. Decentralization means when a superior or a leader delegates his power to the subordinate as per their skills and their knowledge to complete the work in efficiently or effective manner is known as decentralization. The next is people-centered. People-centered means where the involvement of people is more. It is when we allow people to get participated for the decision making, asking for the suggestions, asking for the feedback for the better improvement is known as people-centered. The next is delegation in teamwork. When a leader creates a team or a subordinates are already involved in a group, or how they work as a team and they create an interest. When they create an interest, that means the delegations in the teamwork will improve. The next is laissez-faire. Let the people do what they choose. It means instead of telling them what to do, how to do, when to do, what leader do, leader gives the total responsibility to the subordinate. The next is complete freedom. Now, in laissez-faire, subordinates get complete freedom so that they can complete their work without any disturbance or without any pressure. Allowed to make decisions. In this, leader allow subordinate to take decisions for themselves because taking decision by subordinate can be effective. Now, the next is transformational. As the name suggests, transform means to bring change. To bring changes in those things which should be changed, but till yet it's not changed, will be changed. Improve employee morale means to bring changes in the organization. What leader do? Leader improves the employee morale. Here my last slide is about the top 7 qualities of an effective leader. The first quality is communication. A communication means a good leader should be a good communicator, because lacking in communication will create bad image between the subordinates and the superior. The next quality is confidence. Leader should be a self-confident and the self-motivated person, because his unconfidentness will demotivate his superiors and subordinates. The next is positivity. Positivity means leader should be a positive mindset, because his positiveness will create his own confidence. Here the fairness and the honesty. I will relate these two things because the fairness and honesty build trust between the subordinates and the superiors. The next is commitment. Leader should always stay on his commitment. He should not be a flipper. And the last is inspiring. Leaders should have an inspiring personality so that these subordinates should get automatically inspire.